Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah,
Hello.
we're in it.
Welcome to Tales of Initiative. We are in it to, I can't say win it because that was the Mariners slogan from like back in 2001. But we are here to entertain you and to tell a great story. Sabrina will be joining us, I think, in just a few moments. And so until then, I just want to let you guys know that we are just really excited that you are here. That we just couldn't be more happy that you are.
Hola, soy Glora, Glora the Explorer. Can you say hola?
Sabrina, what are you doing?
Today we're going on an adventure. Can you say adventure?
Did Sabrina have a stroke? Can someone check on her? I think she had a stroke.
Adventure?
Hola, Glora. Soy Uggs. What are we doing today, Glora?
Hola, Uggs. Today we're going to Vengalia.
Yes, we are going to Vengalia.
Oh, there's Knapsack. Hola, Knapsack. ¿Cómo estás? How are you? Ah,
I love Stitch.
Taylor, are you there? Taylor's a robot. She looks kind of like a Picasso on my screen. How about on your guys's?
Oh, Picasso, I like it.
She's moving. She's moving.
She's back.
Okay.
Hola,
hola.
Te amo mucho. I love you so much.
What the hell is going on right now?
Glora, how do we get to Vengalia? Isn't it far away?
If we go to Vengalia, you could get lost, and then we would never see you again.
No hay problema. That's no problem, Uggs. And Knapsack, we have something that will help get us there safely.
And Ura,
Is it a GPS, Glora?
Better, we have a mat.
A map?
No, a mat.
If there's somewhere you gotta go, I'm the one you need to know. I'm the Matt. I'm the Matt. I'm the Matt. If there's a place you need to get, I can get you there, I bet. I'm the Matt. 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 Hola, Glora. Hola, Uggs. Hola, Knapsack.
Hola, Matt. Are you ready to lead us to Vengalia? Can you say Vengalia?
Lo siento. I'm sorry, Glora. I don't know how to get to Vengalia. I'm the Matt, not the map.
I've died, haven't I?
ay, caramba. What do we
No, say, I don't know, Knapsack.
Why don't we just use the map?
The map?
Yeah, we have a map. You keep it in knapsack? Wait, how do you not know this?
Oh, that's right. Yo tengo el mapa. I have the map. Gracias, Uggs. Okay, everyone, you know what to do. We all say map. Can you say it with me? Map.
Map.
Map?
Say it louder. Map.
Map.
Map?
That's it, isn't it? I've died. I've died, and this is my brain firing off the last of its neurons.
Speaking of maps, did you know that this trip to Vengalia is sponsored by TA Maps? And if you mention Tales of Initiative when placing your order, you will get a percentage off of your order. The bigger the commission, the bigger the discount. Grande!
Wait, this is all just an ad spot?
Micro, danger, Glora. I think Taker running around.
I think she saw that sneaky old fox Taker running around.
Oh, do you see Taker? Where?
Taker wants to take our map. We can't let him.
Help me, Glora.
Will you help us stop Taker the fox? We need you to say Taker, no taking. Say it with us. Taker,
Taker!
no
No
taking.
taking!
Taker.
Taker.
No
No,
No
taking.
Taker. No
Louder
taking.
now.
Taker.
Taker.
Taker!
No,
No
taking.
taking!
No taking.
Taking.
Oh man!
Thank you, everyone. You saved our map and our adventure. Now, make sure you go out on lots of your own adventures with TA Maps.
Ah. Oh no!
And remember to make sure to mention Tales of Initiative.
Hey!
And remember to mention Tales of Initiative when you check out. Otherwise, Taker might come and try to take your maps.
Nailed it.
Nailed it!
Nailed it.
We are...
Adios!
Adios! Bye-bye now.
So yeah, this episode is brought to you by TA Maps. Go check them out. There will be a link in our chat where you can check out TA Maps for all your custom cartography, fantasy maps. They do all kinds of awesome stuff, so check them out. Gosh, this is what we've come to. We are 8 episodes in, and we are doing Glora the Explorer. So what is next week going to bring? We don't even know. It'll be exciting to see. But before we get started, I did want to point out that it is Sabrina's birthday today. And we are super excited that Sabrina has joined our campaign as Rose. Rose is such an amazing part of our campaign. So we wanted to say happy
birthday. Oh, God.
No, that's what you were supposed to do. Try it again. Happy
Birthday.
To
You.
No, oh, he says you, Taylor. You just do it too. Happy
Birthday.
To
You.
Good, now we're there. Okay. Happy
Birthday.
To
No, this is deer. Taylor, this is
I
deer.
did
Adele.
So
Sabrina.
say, okay. Happy
Birthday.
To
You.
Yay!
A well-oiled machine.
I love it. Thank you, guys.
For the rest of the trip, we have, gosh, This has been such an amazing train wreck so far of just awesomeness. I
Lots
can't
of
wait
love.
to see. We love you so much. Thank you so much.
Lots of love.
If you guys are excited about train wrecks, then I invite you to sit back and enjoy the sunset over Vengalia. Okay.
We got this.
With the dinner party finally over, our group of adventurers returns to their respective places of rest. Nemea, Edie, and Vix return to the Slippery Fish Inn, and Rose to the home of her cousin Ingiltrude Oldbuck. Nemea quickly fell asleep from her overindulgence in adult beverages at the dinner party. So Edie and Vix have some time for some meaningful conversation with one another, including Vix revealing their true state to Edie. After some time, they also fell asleep. Rose and Ingiltrude decided they were going to have a slumber party like they did when they were little, complete with hot cocoa and homemade marshmallows. After a time, they decided they wanted to prank the heroes, and through some clever use of communicate with animals and some very timely success and fails on persuasion and insight, it allowed Nemea and Edie to be convinced that the prank of building a nest in Nemea's hair was all just a dream. Sleep finally comes to everyone, and horrible nightmares of pain and fire and anguish began to fill their minds of anyone who suffered damage from the attacks of the imposter Magister Aron. But before any harm could be done, the same white light that seemed to have driven him off filled their minds and calmed them, and they were able to sleep uninterrupted. When they woke, Edie discovered Vix in a trance-like state furiously writing in their journal. Disturbed by what she saw and heard, Edie ran out of the room and found a quiet tree to hide in. She was followed by Vix and shortly by Nemea, and Rose found them all under the tree, and after some more conversation about Vix, and a bit about who they are, they remembered that Magister Aron wanted to see them again this morning. They went back to the house to receive their payment for their efforts, and Sarah also rewarded them all with a clamshell that was decorated to look like each of them. The party was introduced to Quorus, an Asamar ranger who had been part of their initial scouting team to explore the island that the group has now been asked to investigate further due to missing crews that had been sent there to harvest giant pearls but had never returned. During this meeting, Xander Typhrain, the Crown's Guard captain, interrupted them to inform Magister Aron that the bandit that they had caught for the assassination of Goremarr was now claiming innocence and arguing that he had been set up by the party and was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Deciding that the lives of Wyvik Herbiphage would have to wait until after the island, the group decided to continue with their plans for the island. Planning on leaving at first light the following day, the group decided then to head to Master Eradi's house for some much-needed insight and possible guidance in their choice of actions. And that is where our story picks up.
Got some shopping on the way done, too.
Oh yes, we did do some off-screen shopping, because nobody wants to see shopping.
Before heading out of town, Vix would stop by the... It's not the Slippery Fish, right? It's the other one. The Drunken Sailor.
The Drunken Sailor.
In their, changing into Duke Bekov and going in to speak with Miss Snowpike.
Good morning to you. It's always nice to to make your acquaintance and see your presence.
Well, good morning. I was just about to, I wanted to inform you that I'll be heading out now, but it's been a lovely stay here, and I wanted to, my associate tells me that, you've been inquiring about their lackadaisical work effort, and while I don't want to, discontinue their employment, you make up a good point that your son would probably make for a good apprentice. So, before I leave, I wanted to make sure that you had this. And he slides across just a letter of thanks and explanation, along with 20 gold.
Oh, okay.
Make
Oh,
sure
this is-
that he gets a proper study, gets good marks, and see that he finds some gainful employment somewhere, and I'm sure he'll make something of himself.
You, yeah, yes, of course. Thank you. Are you sure you won't be staying a little longer? We'd love to have you.
No, sadly, my business calls me to the road. I'm going to go to my room and get my effects really quick. But thank you so much for being such a kind host.
Oh well, you are welcome to stay at my inn anytime. You always, which is such a wonderful, delightful guest.
Thank you for saying so.
Okay.
And he makes his way to the room to sort of unpack and brings back the key.
Okay. After you come back downstairs, she actually hands you a little parcel. It's just like wax paper wrapped. If you open it up, it's just got some like bread and some meat and like cheese, and then like a little wineskin for the road. You were such a great guest, and I didn't want you to leave without your meal because everyone gets a meal included in their stay. So, thank you.
You truly do dote upon me. Thank you, miss.
Well, I'm a lonely lady, and if you ever come back,
Oh, don't get fresh with the clientele. No.
oh, well, I hope I'll be seeing you again.
I hope so too. You have a good day now, Miss Snowpike.
And you as well. My son will thank you as well.
Oh, good. Give him my best. Certainly, yes.
Indeed.
And he walks out and walks a little distance away to on the way to meet up with the group before shifting back into Vic's persona.
Okay. And what are the rest of you doing? Starting to head towards Master Eradi's?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So you make your way
Avoiding
out of
any carcasses.
avoiding any what?
Any carcasses?
Any carcasses? Yeah.
We don't need any
Since no one
snacks.
Since no one is specifically looking for any animals that I think you guys managed to make the trip. It is a couple hours. Do you guys want to talk about anything while you're walking, or do you just want to get to Master Eradi's?
Oh, you go.
Sorry, to backtrack slightly, before we leave, did we want to bring up, what was his name with the S? Sillin? To Captain Xander, anyone? Possibly get him arrested, and they could maybe play a little bit of prisoner's dilemma while we're away and possibly sort out that Wyvik stuff.
How do you mean? Wyvik's only admitted to being hired by Scylla to us. I think.
What was it you said after you think?
I don't think that Scylla would have said anything. Sorry, about Scylla to Captain Xander, and perhaps if we start throwing other names around, it's going to look bad and discredit what evidence we do.
Possibly, yeah. I was just not wanting Scylla to skip town if he is possibly something of evidence.
You do remember that Scyllin is not actually in town. He is a sailor, and he comes into town occasionally with ships, but he doesn't live in town. He's just a sailor that will dock here. So
Okay.
currently their ship is not docked in port.
Okay, so he wouldn't even be in town anyway.
He's not
Okay.
even in town currently.
A moot point. My apologies.
No, it's definitely something we should think on, but we need to be careful on how we approach.
I agree there.
If our stories turn up, then we throw a higher case at.
Well, I'm happy to do whatever. I'm not too aware of all of this has happened before, but I know that it does sound very serious.
Yeah, Wyvik killed one of our friends.
I'm terribly sorry about that.
Nothing you could have done. You weren't here.
He'll face justice one way or another.
However I can help,
Yes.
just let me know.
Thank you, Rose.
Of course.
Well,
But Dix, I want to ask you, why the Duke?
oh, well, it's usually easier to, lay about, explain laziness or large times of disappearance if you are a noble. Or at least masquerading as one. It gets me easier
enough, okay.
invites to important places and people.
And questioned it.
What was that?
No one's questioned it.
The dress seems to do enough. I've got a few signet rings lying around that shy away easy questions. And if anyone questions too hard, I just leave.
Okay.
Nemea, before when we were in the magistrate's estate, you asked if we had any sort of pious penchant regarding the little the clams.
And
Are you a
just then,
believer?
Edie pipes up, "I love pie."
I actually make the best pie. I'll make it sometime.
What kind of pie?
Oh, it's one of my hometown favorites. It's a veggie pie. We've got some all sorts of things. I like the sweet one. I really like the apple pie, but I also have this amazing savory pie that has this it has things like butternut and stuff in it. It's actually really good.
Oh, that's great.
Mm.
Sounds delicious. Can you make that for us?
Yeah, I just needed the ingredients. Maybe if I could get back I wonder if they'll let me back into the kitchen.
Mm,
But we
Or
could
maybe
pet the
somewhere
dog
else. It's
again.
fine.
If you were looking to settle down, I think there's an opening in the chef's position.
Everyone did like my salad.
That salad was great. Very refreshing after 8 courses of eel.
That eel. I still can't believe that.
It was delicious
that
the
wasn't
first 2
great.
times.
I feel like Horace is
Sure
like
it
6
was.
feet behind all of you as you're walking and just trying hard not to like eavesdrop, but overhearing pieces of this conversation. Just like what happened to you?
Don't feel shy. You can come join us. You're welcome
Yeah,
to
come along.
I'm not too worried about coming along with you. I'll follow, but didn't want to eavesdrop. It seems you all have some business that you've been dealing with prior to our meeting.
Oh no, I also just the other day I just joined them. It's not longer than it is, but it's been a very, very short while. So come along. If I can join, you can too.
It's literally been like 12 hours.
Yeah.
It's
Of
felt
in-game
like
time.
for Rose, it's felt like ages because of the time loop. just like.
That was a meaty 12 hours.
Right?
Very.
And 8 of that was sleeping, yeah.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, where are we going?
Oh, we're we're going to Master Eradi's. I stay with him. He's looked after, so I just have a chat with him. You know,
Missed the end of that.
Yeah.
Damn it! I'm so sorry, guys.
Australia, the land of spiders and terrible internet.
Lagger, stop lagging. I don't know lag.
Maybe if we all say it 3 times.
Lagger,
Yeah,
stop
say it
lagging.
louder.
Master Eradi's looked after me, and I just wanted to have a bit of a chat with him, get his guidance and some advice.
Sounds good to me. I'm only mildly familiar with this area. I mostly deal with the Magister, so I'm very excited to learn more of this area and meet a few more people here.
Oh, definitely. Me too. I actually don't know this area, so it's all very exciting.
Well, he lives a little out of town, hence the journey. He likes to keep to himself, tend his own gardens and whatnot, but he's a very gentle soul. I owe him a lot. I
He
just
sounds
withdraw
like a
and-
great guy. Oh,
You could trade some culinary notes with him, Rose. He's an excellent cook, along with Nemea.
oh. That's very true. He sounds like a fantastic guy. I'm really excited. This should be good.
Yeah. He's a dragonborn though. Just a heads up.
Oh, that's fine. That's amazing. I haven't really met any dragonborns.
They're not really common in this area, so yeah. I'm babbling. I'm sorry. Let's keep going.
No, you're not babbling at all. I want to hear more.
Oh,
I think we can just get going, and I'm just excited to hear from him myself.
he's great, and we're almost there.
Just need a
You
little
guys
further.
reach. You guys reach a clearing. Maya is very familiar with, as this is her home as well. And you see before you, it's like a big yurt-style tent, canvas sides and everything like that. But there's hides of animals and stuff that have been tanned to make the sides, more than canvas. But that's what it would look like as if you were trying to picture something. It's quite big for the area, and the area around it is cleared. But you see, it's just mostly like browns and tans of it. But you see smoke rising from the chimney port of it, and you step inside, following Nemea, and inside you see, up against the wall, weapons and armor from various conquests that are like now positioned like just in memorial of what used to be. Master Eradi was a former adventurer himself, a barbarian fighter. So you see scimitars, and you see great swords, and you see armor that was then later put away. You see dents that have been like pushed out, like and tried to be buffed out, and everything now looks like it's showing some place of honor. And you do see, when you look the other direction, you see like a kitchen, and then you see an older gold scale dragonborn. The gold scales are starting to fade a little bit and look a little worn with age, and he's stooped over a little bit. He has a long robe on that he wears, and he looks and sees you all. Ah, greetings. Nemea, it's such a pleasure to see you. And, Vix, is it?
In the flesh.
You are looking quite well. Where is, oh, in Edie, there you are, so adorable. Where's, Goremarr and, Bjork?
Oh. Right.
And
Time
these
loop.
are two new guests.
Hi, I'm Rosalie Underwood, but you can call me Rose.
Ah, Rosalie,
It's a pleasure to meet you.
And he bows, like, just deeply to you, and
Rose will also try and like reciprocate the bow.
you
But then
probably
she's
only
just like
come
even
up.
smaller.
You probably only come up to like his thigh, if that. He's pretty tall. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
And yours as well.
My home is your home. And
Thank you, that's so kind.
he then walks over to you, Chorus, and to you, peace and welcome to my home as well.
To you as
I
well.
am Eradi. I am Nemea's. She calls me master. I'm really more of a mentor.
I just met these fine folk, but I will be traveling with them for a bit, so it is a pleasure to meet you, friends of theirs.
Well then, please keep my Nemea safe so that she may return safely to my home.
I'll do my best.
Nemea, you were saying about Bjork and Goremarr. Are they coming behind you? Was Goremarr looking for another deer?
No. Was assassinated.
It was my fault for asking a question to a person with lousy internet. I'm sorry, you were saying what?
Goremarr was assassinated.
And at that, you see his face instantly change just to one of shock and disbelief. That is truly unfortunate. I'm so sorry.
We plan on avenging him. We actually managed to find the bandits that did it, and we arrested them. Well, the leaders claiming innocence.
That is
And
troubling.
All the evidence that we have, it's not foolproof. It's pretty much our against his at the moment. So we need to find more evidence, but we have more pressing matters. And as for Bjork, we think he was abducted and taken to hell.
There's evidence of some sort of evil doings, possibly links with demons. It's not good.
Such evil being present here is very discouraging. We must be mindful.
Along with the missing crew members and the undead, there's a lot going on.
Indeed. Well, to at least for now, I can unburden your feet. Please make yourselves comfortable. And he directs you. There's like cushions. There's no chairs of such. It's very modest, but there's cushions and blankets and stuff that you can sit on and like pile up other stuff to make yourself like build yourself like if you want to have like a big cushion chair, you can make a big cushion chair, but it's mostly like little cushions and things, but you can make like a beanbag chair kind of thing like out of it all if you want. in regards to Goremarr's murder, remember that to take one's life leaves a mark even on you. So
That's
perhaps
very wise.
the murderer also is marked by the murder of young Goremarr. In regards to Bjorg, do not believe you are ready to storm the Hells yet. No matter how strong you may believe yourself, the Hells are... And then you see him kind of like look away for a minute. The Hells are a completely different entity. If you are not prepared when you enter the Hells, they will eat you alive. And some never return.
That makes me feel better about not even thinking that we would go there. That sounds terrifying and horrible.
But
Mm.
if devils are interfering in our world, that may be unavoidable in the future.
Well, we will be stronger. We always will work on getting stronger and be able to face such threats.
And he comes over and kind of points at your heart, and he's like, your strength, I think, lies in there. And then he points to you, Chorus. You look like somebody who knows something about things. Somebody who's seen things that maybe he does not like to talk about. And I will not press you, but I believe you will be valuable to my Nemea.
If I can offer aid, I will do so.
Well, for now, let us... Yes, Nemea.
I switch to Draconic. Can we step aside for a moment?
He responds in Draconic, but of course. And then he looks back to the group and speaks in Common. If you will excuse us for a moment, I must have words with Nemea. And he'll bring you outside. The rest of you, there are, while you're waiting inside, you've got your cushions, you've got your comfort. He has like hot water for like tea, and then there is like, so you can see like some flatbread and like hummus on the table.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, please, help yourself. If you are hungry, there's some vegetables and some hummus. And if you would like, you may join me for my afternoon meal. But
That would be
That sounds lovely.
I shall return shortly.
I rolled a natural 1 for deception, so I think everyone can kind of tell that Vix was like leaning in and listening, and then like, nope, 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 nope.
All right, so he will step outside and take Nemea. Yes, Nemea, what is it? And still speaking in Draconic to you.
Still speaking in Draconic. I had a dream again.
Was it the same?
No. At least, I don't think so, but the intent was there.
So I can put it in here.
Tell me about it.
There was fire everywhere. Old wounds reopened. We fought someone. We were in a time loop. But then there was this white light that banished it, and they scared away the nightmare, but I'm scared.
Did you speak to others of this dream?
No,
What
no.
can you tell me about the being that you fought? You say you were in a time loop.
It was while we were at the dinner. Turns out Magister Aaron wasn't Magister Aaron. And we fought his clone, doppelganger, impersonator, in the basement. They nearly killed Edie, but we couldn't hurt them. Nothing we did seemed to hurt them.
This does not sound like any clone I have ever heard of. Or any shape changer for that matter, but there are... And then you say that Bjorg was taken by something, perhaps a devil.
It appears that way. There was a teleportation or a planar circle in the office that was damaged. And there was evidence of a struggle.
There are devils from the hells who you would not be able to hurt. You do not possess the strength yet to inflict damage to them. And also, their wounds have been known to cause dark dreams. Perhaps you should find out from others if anyone else experienced something similar. If they did, then perhaps it is not your dreams that you are worried about. At least not the ones that you normally have. When I was younger, Nemea, I've made the journey to the hells myself. And encountered many things there, and you can survive. So if Bjorg is there, it is very possible that he is not dead. But it is also very possible that he will need your help. You are not ready for this journey yet. And if anyone can survive, it is Bjorg. But I think for now, you must find your peace. You must find your center before you continue. You must control before you lose control.
But I had it. I had control before any of this happened, and now I feel like I'm back to square one.
My dear, you are never back at square one. You have made so much progress, and you have made me very proud. I think you are better off than you think you are. And it seems like you've got a good support group around you, perhaps?
Yeah.
I think, for now, let us enjoy some tea together. Let us enjoy a meal together. It sounds like you're going on a journey. Perhaps we can discuss these journeys over our meal.
Okay.
And he just gives you a hug as you bow. He takes you and gives you just a hug. You don't need to bow to me.
Take piercing damage from the horns.
Roll for damage. Okay. You guys make your way inside. While they were outside talking, were you guys doing anything?
Vix is picking out on some flatbread and hummus for sure.
Just doing the veggies. She's actually just kind of just playing around with different combinations of food, and I'd say that you'd probably notice that there'd be like some sort of bird that would just hop over as well and just like eat like a crumb out of her hand, like absent-mindedly as she's going and like chowing this.
You seem
And
rather in
Chorus.
tune with nature.
Yeah,
I-
I think Chorus.
No, I was just saying that it's just who I am. I just can't be anywhere without there being some sort of someone around.
I think Chorus probably, poured himself some tea and like piled up a couple little crackers or hummus and is just kind of in the corner snacking.
And I feel like Edie probably would have started like building houses out of like the pita bread, like in the hummus. Like
She
she's
absolutely
using
would have.
she's using the hummus to like as like
Cement,
and stuff like that.
mortar.
Yeah,
Like
tongue sticking out like.
So, of course, are you always the strong, silent, brooding in the corner type, or is this just for us?
He's got a piece of pita bread with hummus on it in his mouth. Oh, nope. Sorry. No. I just I don't want to interfere with your proceedings here, and this information I didn't know about your former companions, and if it truly is something to do with the Hells, that is quite terrifying.
It is, but it's also a little fun. Like I don't. Not to say that Bjorg going missing is fun, and certainly not the death of a companion. But maybe I'm just a little cynical about these sort of things. But it's the life of adventuring, right? You sort of throw yourself into the winds of uncertainty and see what happens.
Well said.
I suppose. As long as you throw yourself into the wind and with the help of others, you help others.
Oh, of course.
That's-
I'm not saying we should just run into danger just for danger's sake. Just
That's fair enough.
And as you guys are having that conversation, you see Nemea and Eradi come back in, and he's got his arm around Nemea as they walk in. So I hope you will all stay and share a meal with me. Perhaps we can discuss what you are going to be doing. I've got some chicken that's been marinating in yogurt and spices. I'm going to throw it on the grill. We are going to have some kebabs to go with this. So perhaps you will join me?
yes,
That sounds amazing.
absolutely yes.
Mind if I ask, but do you go and hunt the chickens yourself?
Do I go hunt chickens? Chickens do not require much hunting.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
generally, unless I go after like extra planer chickens, and I don't do that as much anymore. But
Okay.
usually I pick up a chicken from town, or I do have a couple of chickens that run around here. The wild chickens are
Really?
crazy, you know. But no, I picked these chickens up from town, from the market. Well, actually,
Okay.
and he gestures at Nemea. Actually, Nemea picked up the chickens for me, but
Oh.
she likes to run errands for me. She thinks I am helpless and old, but I'm still spry enough.
I can't imagine anyone with this amount of armor and weaponry around their home is helpless and old, that's for certain.
I tell you what, wearing the armor for years and years does weigh on you once you take it off. Your knees especially feel it, you know what I'm saying.
I can certainly imagine. I just barely upgraded mine. I put a few extra pads in it, and it's not
That's very nice.
chafing. Pretty sure.
Chafing. I would recommend that you find like some spices or some potpourri to stick inside to help with the odor, because otherwise you will be very rank in deer.
Oh, this is a
Indeed,
good
in time.
point.
And then he looks at you, Chorus. You may already know this, but is good advice for everyone.
Oh, I've spent many a day wandering with various herbs tucked inside my armor. I know well.
I bet you have.
I feel like this is some sort of euphemism for something I don't understand.
In mine. Edie pulls out like a pocket handful of cake. I keep cake in mine.
I'm surprised there's still cake left.
I'm surprised it's still
I
good.
still have some cake, and she'll give you like some cake from her pocket.
Thanks. It's going like
the frosting is in this pocket if you want some of that. And she'll rub a little bit of frosting on your cake and then lick her fingers.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
And there's definitely some hummus mixed with that at this point now too, because she was playing with hummus.
Interesting combination. Not one I put together myself, but
now that's a flavor profile.
It all goes to the same place.
Yeah.
That's some good logic.
Eradi makes a meal for you guys. He char grills the chicken on skewers. Again, the more hummus, cucumbers, and tomatoes and olives are served, and you guys can make yourself a plate. And you guys kind of sit around the table, all on cushions or on rugs or however you want to sit. And it's one of those lower tables that's really meant to be set like cross-legged at, or you can set your feet under it. But now you are going to be traveling on an adventure. Why don't you tell me what you are going to be doing?
We're going to go on a ship. Pretty sure. Ship to an island. Chorus has been there once.
Yeah, Chorus is going to be our guide.
Have you all traveled by ship before?
Oh, never actually.
I have.
I have, just a little bit.
I've never been out of the Feywild, so no, I've never traveled by ship. Well, let me give you, and he gets up for a minute and goes and to his cabinet that Nemea you recognize, kind of like his herbalist cabinet, and he starts rummaging through some things, and he grabs you each a root. It's like a knob of root, and he gives it to each of you. This is bitter root. It can help with seasickness. Why don't you each take a little piece? And if you start feeling nauseous on the ship, you can take this and it will help.
Oh, that's very kind. Thank you.
Thank you, Master Eradi.
You are welcome. So you have been to this island before?
Yes, I have.
What do you know of the island? What is the dangers that may await?
From my initial scouting, there was not much there. It was sort of just a standard island. There was a good amount of flora and fauna, but nothing too dangerous. We did discover a cave system that seems to be somewhat interconnected, and that's actually where we found the pearls that the Magister was interested in.
I see. And with the pearls, something has gone wrong?
Well, I was on the way back as the teams were going there to start harvesting some of the pearls, and it seems as though some of the initial teams that went there to sort of set up the operation have gone missing. I didn't see anything at the time that would make me think that there was something dangerous on the island that they would need to watch out for.
I see. Well, sometimes the greatest dangers are not what we can see with our eyes.
It's very true.
But money often makes things more dangerous. Just because people want what you have. But this is not the only journey you are taking. Is there another journey, Nemea, that you had mentioned?
Well, we were considering heading to Loch Hilbrand to investigate the undead.
Yes, you were inquiring about that last time we spoke, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
Has there been
But-
some progress in that area?
We think. Well, Magister Aaron is pretty sure that there's someone there, a gnome, I think he said, who dabbled in necromancy. So we were going to have a chat, but I think the missing crew are a little more important.
Yes, of course. If there is something that immediately threatens the safety of our community, then it must be inspected. You say a gnome?
I believe Doraback was his name. And there was a trader, Eldon Bagwell, that might have some information
Yes.
about Loch Hillbrand.
Eldon, he's a good man. He should be coming back around soon. It's been a while since he's been here. I imagine he will be making his way through town again shortly, but I've heard the name Doraback. He's a feisty little fellow. He means well, I think, if I remember him correctly in my travels. Of course, when I met him, he was just young, but he seemed to have a flair for the dramatic, and also a flair for getting in over his head.
Pale the
So-
thought, who would want to live that way?
Nobody just looks at Vix.
Is this something that you know of?
Oh no, I keep everything very, conservative and simple, and no, yes, I've put my foot in it rather a lot.
If he has something to do with it, well, I don't know. It's who knows. Just, I will say, when it comes to Dorback, again, it's been a long time, but perhaps expect the unexpected, and not everything might be as you believe it to be. Do you know much about Loch Hillbrand?
No. Only that it was once a prospering city that was able to provide for the soldiers, but something happened and it's now little more than a hamlet.
Well, the last time I was there, it was still, well, it's been a while, I guess.
It's been a while.
I have a map. It's been a while. I have a map that might provide some, at least, idea of the town that, if you like, you are welcome to take.
That would be very helpful,
I
yes.
think that would
Very helpful.
It is several years old, as I've not traveled as much abroad. It's probably 10 years old, but the topography, the landmarks probably are still relatively the same.
I think
Here,
can help.
of course. And he goes and you see him disappear like in an area where he's looking through like, it looks like it might be like an office space that he's got. And then he comes out with a parchment and he rolls out the map for you. And here we have what I remember of my time in Loch Hillbrand. There is a main like entrance area that does have like the shops of like the taverns and the blacksmith and those kind of things. Then there is some housing. Through the gates, you come to their pride and joy. Really, they have the Fountain of Hope, where everyone once a year will go cast in a coin and make a wish for the year for their community. They have a little shopping bazaar. where you can find most anything that you could ever want, from obscure to commonplace. Sometimes you can find some very interesting things in their bazaar. They even had this is right on the lock, and so they have their own like designated swimming area where the children may go swim. There's some bridges out where lovers can go confess their love for one another. It's really quite a delightful place. And then there is a temple to Dyrus on the island as well, which is really its most notable feature. But you are welcome to take this map with you and see what there is to it, if this will help you in any way.
Thank you, Master Eradi. What do we know about Dyrus?
Go ahead and make a religion check for me.
16?
Okay. You remember, so Dyrus is the god of storms, and also the deity who Goremarr served. They generally appear as a being of an indeterminate race. Like, you don't know exactly what race they would represent, because their hair looks like storm clouds, and like their face looks like lightning flashing. When they when they appear to somebody, that's the image they portray. So it's hard to tell if they represent any specific race, but you recognize them as the god of storms. And that would also be a common deity in this area for you as well, in Balantor. Dyrus, or the goddess of the sea.
Might make sense. Nothing else is there. We could, we haven't arranged for any sort of funeral rites for Goremarr yet. The temple might be able to help us in that regard.
There
Possibly.
could be people there. It is several days' travel to Loch Hilbrand. If you are taking his body, it could be a difficult journey. But it's possible that there is somebody there who would help you with rites.
I think it would be worth it to lay your friend properly to rest.
But we're not heading there now.
No,
We're not
right.
heading
Like,
there
we
now,
can leave it past.
but when we do eventually, unless someone else might head in that direction,
Might be able to
Maybe.
join a caravan or something? If there's merchants as comes by.
It's a possibility.
there's something just to keep in mind.
Yeah. Nothing set in stone.
Well, you are going to this island. What other questions might you have? I'm happy to answer any questions you require.
How long has it been since you were home? Well, I guess this is your home. I meant more Damarish.
Damarish. It has been
What?
a long time. A very long time. Probably since you were a little one. And he's just going based off of what Vix looks like now. So he's just assuming maybe 20 or so years.
No, I would have been very little if I was even around.
I think of it fondly. In my dreams, I still remember it. Someday, I tell myself I will return. But I have found a nice home here. I've made a wonderful friend in the mayor. She is more just. She fills my heart with such joy and really helps to pass the time from being alone.
Nemea squirms.
And then she looks at like all of you, and don't tell her this, but she is a very beautiful woman.
Yes.
Okay, that's. Is everyone finished eating?
Oh, that
Take the
ship has
dishes?
sailed. I've.
Oh,
Ah, so are you all ready to be leaving then?
I think so.
With
What time
the
in the afternoon?
when Eradi says dreams of going back, Vix responds in Draconic, then we can share that dream.
And he looks at you and just. Indeed. And also responds in Draconic. Perhaps someday we will go together and we can walk through the gates. Victorious triumphant return to our home.
Victorious and triumphant. This food is seriously amazing, by the way. I just can't get. We need more of this.
I have to learn the recipes. I really like putting together little dishes, and
Really?
I'd love to. Yes.
Well, I would be happy to give you my recipe. And he goes and finds a little parchment and scribbles it out for you and hands you the recipe.
Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Oh,
I like it. It is.
I'll also go and may as well do a little trade, and she'll also just write out that one of her recipes, maybe like the most recent one, like a salad she put together that
Okay.
really went and trust me, it all works together really well.
He looks through it. He's like, are you sure?
They can
Well,
attest to it.
I will trust you then, of course. Maybe, perhaps, next time you come to my house, we will have this salad.
Yeah.
Yes, we need to
And
cook for you
you
sometime. You've been spoiling us.
You are welcome
Yeah,
to my home anytime.
Thank you so much. I definitely sometime we would definitely have to arrange that.
I do not have beds, but I do have mats that anybody would be welcome to stay at, should you need a place to rest outside of town. There's always peace and tranquility in my home.
Thank you.
But I sense you have other things you must take care of. Is that true?
Yeah, we have quite a bit to do today.
Well, don't let me keep you. Safe journeys until we meet again. And he bows.
Thank you. Little bow.
Vix returns the bow. Until we meet again.
Victorious. And he comes over to you, Chorus, and just, you are quiet, but I sense you are strong. Please keep them safe.
Hopefully, I am strong enough to protect them. I will do my best.
Just remember your strength is in your heart, too.
Chorus kind of looks sad for a second before kind of rallying. Oh, yes. Strength is in the heart.
And as Nemea has proven, also in the arms and legs.
I said I was sorry about that.
No, you do not need to apologize for that.
Well, let me just encourage you all to trust one another, lean on one another, and also don't eat rotting deer carcass. It's really not good for you.
That's a very good point. But I think it's one that we all should know by now. Hopefully.
You know, you would think that would be common, but that Goremarr. And that is how I shall remember him. One who just lived life on his terms.
He truly did.
All right. And then Master Eradi shows you all to the door and encourages you to return. He gives you all kind of like a hug or a handshake. Edie kind of like, as she's hugging him, like chocolate, just fingers staining like his robes. And he's... Safe travels, Nemea. I shall see you soon. And you guys making your way back to town.
Going
You guys are headed
Well,
back to
fast-ish.
As
The man
fast
can
as
just
my
fly.
spell.
Little
The
tiny
man just
halfling
picks you
legs.
up and flies with you a little bit, you know. Is there anything you want to discuss on the way home or way back to town, or are we just gonna skip to getting back to town?
No,
Vix,
no.
I didn't know you could speak Draconic.
It's something I picked up. There were a lot of dragonborns and the like where I grew up. It's a useful tongue.
In Draconic. Indeed.
They just kind of give you the
Still
wiggly eyebrows
Draconic.
back.
Wiggly eyebrows. Come on, let's see him. Let's see the wiggly eyebrows. I want to see this. Yay!
Chorus in Draconic as well says, full disclosure, I also speak Draconic.
Oh, well, isn't this just a party? They say in Draconic.
What language is this? It sounds pretty interesting.
Sorry, Rose.
That's okay. That's okay. It
No,
sounds it's actually just keep talking.
Edie looks over at you and she's like, I can speak Draconic too. And then she tries to just like growl and like she tries to emulate the noise that you guys are making, but it is not at all Draconic. It is just her growling.
Just makes rar noises.
Like Simba, like baby Simba, like he was trying to roar.
Rar. Taylor, that was way too good.
Told you I'm a mimic.
You are our new baby Simba.
Oh, I didn't realize all of you spoke Draconic. Neither of you could hear.
No, not once you went outside. At least I couldn't.
No.
Sight check on both of yous.
Sure.
Roll away.
It's a natural 19.
Woo!
Dirty 20.
Yeah,
Chorus
Vix.
isn't lying.
No, Vix didn't try to overhear since
Yeah.
it seemed private, and that would have been a faux pas.
A faux pas.
Okay.
A faux pas.
May shoulders relax a little bit.
I will admit I'm terribly curious, but you don't have to share if you don't want to, obviously.
Just yet. I'd
You're cutting out there again, Taylor.
I'm not quite up to sharing that. I'd like to see something first.
Take it at your own pace.
What are you hoping to see?
I will let you know when I see it.
one of those little things.
Fair enough.
You said you like a good mystery.
I do. I actually genuinely do. I'm fascinated.
She keeps walking.
As you guys return to town, you actually notice that the town like has turned out for something. Everybody is like kind of outside, and they're like making a processional. And you see Goremarr's body is actually on a pier, or pyre, elevated in the middle of town, and everybody is walking by and like putting a hand up on the pyre and saying something, and then moving on. And it looks like the entire town is giving honor to the fallen Goremarr.
Well, there's that question answered.
Maybe we should pay our respects.
Vix nods.
Yeah, you guys go on ahead. Yeah.
Are you okay?
I'll be nearby. I promise.
Are you sure? I can go there with you.
No, I appreciate that, but it's okay.
Edie wants to do an insight check on Nemea's response and see why she's being so.
Can I as well?
I would
You
also
sure
like to
can.
do that.
Go for it.
Insight
Or-
party. Oh,
Oh man! Oh wait, I'm a halfling. I got a natural one.
Nice.
I
Reroll
forgot. Oh, that's so much better. That's a 21.
Oh dang!
nice.
It's a 14 for Edie.
11
And what
for
did Vix
me.
roll?
11. That's all fine. Completely honest.
Even the 21.
Even a 21. Completely honest.
Woo.
Okay. Just kind of like go and like pat her arm, and then go off towards to pay respects.
Vix starts to move that way and hangs back until they're left with Nemea. And just says very, very quietly, not even like in Nemea's direction, just like over the shoulder a bit. It wasn't your fault. And then just moves over towards the funeral.
And it doesn't appear to be so much of a funeral as, again, it's just people taking the opportunity to pay respects to a person who helped save the town. So each person is going through, putting their hand up, touching the pyre, and saying just their final, at least some farewell words to Goremarr, words of thanks, words of honor, words of safe passage to the other side. And so the line moves along, and it's a relatively small town. If you would like, you may have a moment here to say something.
Yeah, if Rose would go there, she would just go and pay respects just by saying, I heard that you were a wonderful guy. I'm sorry that you couldn't get to stay around longer and we couldn't have met. I hope you're okay wherever you are. And she'll like lay down a little flower. Like she'll pick like a little flower from her hair and just like lay it down.
Okay.
Chorus. So sorry. This is the guy that worshipped the god of storms, right?
Correct.
Okay. So Chorus is gonna flip through his sort of stash of religious tokens and find one. I'm assuming I'd have one since it's well worshipped around here, and pull it off. Walk up. He lays it on his pyre as well. He says, well, we did not meet, friend, but safe travels. May the wind carry you forward. And walks off.
Okay.
Vix goes up to the pyre and is thinking about saying one of the verses from their book. And none of them feel right enough. And so they just reach their hand up and touch and say, "It's a terrible shame. You were bright and I will miss you. Give him hell wherever you are."
Edie walks up behind Vix and she's holding Ellie close and she's got tears just starting to pour down her face. And she takes out a flower crown that has one of her bells on it and she just sets it on Goremarr's chest and then hugs Ellie tight as she walks away.
While everyone was making their way around, try and stealthily fly to the closest rooftop and just observe everything. That's not a great stealth check. Oh, I got 12.
Edie doesn't notice. Does anybody have higher than a 12 on their passive? Or at least match a 12?
Vix does.
Yes.
Chorus would notice.
Yep, okay.
I think all the other wisdom-based party members.
Well, you tried.
Dang.
Vix makes note
Well.
but does not mention it.
It's quite the observant.
And with that moment, we are going to go ahead and take our break. So we're going to do a quick potty break. Get your snacks, get your drinks, get your tissues, because maybe you got some tears. And we will be back in 10 minutes.
Be back soon, everybody. Also, thank you so much to Wormwood for coming by.
Yeah.
Right?
We love
Thank
you guys.
so much. It was
Yes.
incredible. What a
Oh my gosh.
We'll be right back,
Yeah,
taking a 10-minute break and get some snacks and stuff.
After this sponsor. Wait, no, we already did the sponsor.
No, after this sponsor. No, seriously, sponsor us,
We'll redo the sponsor now. We'll see you in 10 minutes. guys.
Soy.
there! Are you looking for a new D&D podcast to add to your listening lineup? Then check out The Ring of Contrarians. Start with the world-shattering adventures of the Rift Wars in Season 1, or join the dungeon-delving shenanigans of the Dungeons of Faerun in Season 2. New episodes go live on the 8th, 16th, and 24th of every month wherever you listen to podcasts, and on YouTube. Keep updated on Facebook and Twitter at Of Contrarians, and join the adventure with the Ring of Contrarians! there! Are you looking for a new D&D podcast to add to your listening lineup? Then check out The Ring of Contrarians. Start with the world-shattering adventures of the Rift Wars in Season 1, or join the dungeon-delving shenanigans of the Dungeons of Faerun in Season 2. New episodes go live on the 8th, 16th, and 24th of every month wherever you listen to podcasts, and on YouTube. Keep updated on Facebook and Twitter at Of Contrarians, and join the adventure with The Ring of Contrarians!
We're back.
And we are back.
Hi,
In
everybody.
case you haven't been here, well, that's just too bad. You've missed out. It's been great. We've been having fun.
Brutal.
Brutal. I'm just, I'm
No
just
fun for you.
heartless. No fun. No fun for you.
No fun for you.
Alex.
But we are back. I'm going to eat a jelly bean. That's what I just did. In case you have missed the first half, the party went to Master Eradi's house. They had some delightful chicken kebabs and hummus. Had some conversation about going to the island. We also discussed going to Loch Hilbrand. Taylor's got a giant nose on the screen now. And they made their way back to town and saw that the entire town appeared to be having a memorial for Goremarr and were paying respects. Nemea flew off, and the rest of the party went forward and did their own honorarium to him. And that is kind of where we were picking back up. So the four of you, Edie, Quaris, Rose, and Vix, are all together, and Nemea is off. And Edie would... Where's Nemea?
Oh, I think she just had to dry her eyes somewhere or something.
Yeah, she just needed a bit of space. It's okay.
This is really sad.
It's very sad. I'm so sorry that this had to happen.
I saved his life the first day we met.
Really?
Yeah, he almost died, and I was able to save him, but I couldn't this time.
You could have if you were there. It's not your fault when some bastard comes in the middle of the night.
And she just rubs, wipes her whole nose on her sleeve.
Yeah, Rose will go and give her a big hug.
And she just leans into it and hugs you back. Leans down to it.
Yeah.
It's like a little child hugging you.
Right when your toddler hugs you, yeah.
It
It
is
was
the
nice
state
to
of
say
all
goodbye,
things to
though.
end. It was. It's nice to say goodbye.
But I don't want Nemea to be alone, because what if something happens and I can't save her too?
Nemea is very strong. Nothing is going to happen to her, I promise.
Absolutely.
I would still feel better if we were together.
I know.
And she's just going to kind of go off. And how far away did you fly, Nemea?
I'm not very far.
So
I'm
she's just
on, like, the
wandering.
closest roof.
You hear her bells like jingling as she's walking and stuff. And she's like, Nemea. Nemea. And then she'll sit down and just hug Ellie to her.
I will attempt to stealth off the roofs and come up to her. I don't want to scare her, but I want to slightly.
Perfect.
14.
You succeed on stealthing to her.
Wait, how far away did she go? Is she away from the crowd?
She's moved away from the people a little bit. She's headed kind of like on the walkway that runs along, like where the inns and the general store and stuff, like towards that. She's kind of just like sitting against like the wall of the general store.
Okay, yeah. I'll jump down next to her. I'm right here, Edie.
And she just like grabs you in a big hug. Don't go anywhere.
Just because I'm out of sight doesn't mean I'm gone.
So was
I hug her
Bjork,
back.
and so was Goremarr.
Yeah, that wasn't the best analogy. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just don't do crowds. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Bruce would have gone in that direction as well, just to make sure everything's okay.
Hi, Rose. You can come sit and join us. Vix,
Yeah.
Chorus,
everybody-
you come here too.
Are you okay? Is everything okay?
Everything is great now.
Yeah.
I saw that you put the flower crown on Goremarr.
Yeah, it was the least I could do. He sounded great.
He was.
He ate really funny things, though.
I heard.
He did.
I think he would have loved the eel.
That's a good point.
He would have devoured that.
Oh no. I mean, it's always nice to meet people with different sorts of palates as well.
That's true.
What time in the day is it now?
It is probably 5 or 6. Well, no, a couple hours to walk there, a couple hours after. So it's probably close to 7 o'clock.
We should probably, I know we just had that excellent food at Eradi's, but we should probably get at least some sort of snack for dinner and
Of
tuck
course.
in for
Of course.
an early ship out tomorrow, right? There's no other business to attend to in town, I don't think.
Not in town. Do you guys have plans for the night?
Not really. I was just going to spend some time with my cousin.
Can you spare a bit of time?
Of course.
Just a little bit.
Sure.
Of course. I'm
Absolutely.
happy to.
Okay. I know a really, really nice place.
Really good. So good she can't tell us about it.
So good she can't tell us about it. Australia had to intervene and stop her from sharing all the juicy secrets.
Says no.
No,
It's
no.
Australian secret.
The beaches
It's
in Australia are beautiful. They won't let me share our secrets.
But Paul Hogan is there to greet you. That's all we're gonna say.
If everyone would come to the beach, I know a beautiful spot. And Chorus, you're welcome to join us as well.
I would love to.
It sounds amazing. I'd love to see the view.
I'll go.
Okay, well, we don't have much time left. Come. And this is like the first time I've seen Nemea with a little bit of excitement.
All right, so everybody follows Nemea.
Yep, it's 5 minutes away from the pier, sort of around the corner. Not too far from town, but enough that private part of the beach.
And everybody appears to be kind of doing their own thing tonight. Like those who are not giving homage to Goremarr have kind of started making their way back to their homes or to their businesses for the night's traffic.
Okay. I look to the setting sun. Okay. And then I pull candles I'd bought on our little shopping spree earlier, and I give one to each of you, and light it with my flint. Each one. I thought we could do our own private burial. I didn't know the town was going to do that. Yeah, so I've got just our own private words. And I'm also going to pull out the. They're going to pull out the stolen bottle of.
You're cutting out again, Taylor. The stolen bottle of what?
The bottle of vodka I stole from the basement. I'm gonna.
That's super swanky liquor.
Yep. Top shelf stuff. Gonna pass it around.
Vix takes
and I'm
a.
gonna gesture.
This is a really good thing that you're doing, but it's all frozen up.
It's all frozen up. Yeah. You're gonna gesture for what?
A gesture for someone to step forward and say their own words.
Does Nemea say anything? Okay.
I think Chorus is kind of visibly uncomfortable with this situation.
Hey, new
and
guy, come say something about this thing.
Hey, new guy.
He grabs the bottle and takes a swig, not too long, but just like half a second longer than you would think you would. And he steps forward and
Roll for backwash.
Damn it. It's hard to get in character.
Amazing.
When you say stuff like that. He's well, I didn't know your friend. But if he was anything like any of you, I wish I had met him. It's not easy to lose someone that you're close with, who you fought with. So I hope you all can move on from this however you need to, and just know I'm always here if you need anything. And he kind of backs up and kind of just gets out of the way.
I'll say just a few more words. I was really so grateful to meet you all, and I've heard such great stories, and I really love meeting people, and I really wish I could have met him. And all I can say is I will work hard alongside all of you to make sure that whoever is responsible is held accountable. Yeah, just step back.
Edie will come forward and take the bottle and kind of like experimentally and like take a little sip. It's not chocolate. And then she will. I want to thank Goremarr because he taught me about permission. Before I came here, I didn't know what permission was. And I don't know how that guy can say that he didn't do it, because it was him. We all know it was him, and we're going to prove it. And yeah, and then she's going to just take a big swig of the alcohol and set the bottle, like just hold it out, coughing, and then like reach in and grab, like chase it with some cake.
I hear cake vodka is excellent. Vic steps forward and like takes the bottle from her and helps out.
Rubs a little frosting on the rim for you. There you go.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Vix steps forward and is trying to figure out what is the most. Oh no. Be right back.
And
Hey,
we
we're
are
back.
back. Thank you for. We're just gonna push through some technical difficulties, guys, because this is going so good, and we don't want to stop this momentum. So let's just keep pulling. We were having some memorial, and Vix was just about to do their thing.
So Vix takes the helps Edie away, takes the cake infused vodka now, and looks at the group. I'm not much for sentiment, but I can tell you this: Goremarr was far sweeter than the end he got. And that cruelty shall be avenged in one way or another. The silver lining of this is that he brought us all together. It wasn't the undead, we were just doing whatever we thought was right for ourselves in the moment. It was him. And finding justice for him has made something out of nothing. Creation is divinity afforded to all. And in that way, Goremarr passes a demigod to Goremarr. And she just, like, chugs a solid 3 glugs before stumbling back to the group. Oh, goodness! How did you do that, Chorus?
Lots of practice.
Oh, it burns. Not my speed.
Chorus reaches into his pack and pulls out like a sprig of mint and hands it to Vince.
Oh,
Try chewing on this. This might help.
you are a blessing, thank you. They quickly pop the mint and just start chewing it a little bit.
Take a photo again. Step forward and open her wing to the full extent. And as the sun is setting, it shines through the wing like stained glass of racing blood. Up. And she said, thank you for
Taylor, I hate to cut you off, but it sounds like you're speaking Draconic again.
You might need to just lean in a little closer.
Yeah, it might just be the
It
phone
sounds like your
picking up
phone might
volume.
be-
Because
Something
I'm
like
so sorry, guys. I don't know where to
Yeah,
put
just pull your phone closer to you. It's fine.
I'll just hang on. I'll hold it. She'll hold the candle in one hand. Thank you for believing in me when I couldn't. I hope you find what you're looking for. She'll then take a great big swig of vodka, hold the candle, take a deep breath, and she will breathe fire.
Make a performance check for me.
Oh no, okie dokie. performance. Oh, Nick won.
Oh no!
7. Charisma.
I will say you have advantage because I want to give you advantage on
Because
this.
it's cool.
Nope, that was worse. 16.
16?
16.
That's fantastic. Yeah, everybody just, you kind of tilt back and you kind of like hand up and just shoot this big long jet of vodka into the fire that you're holding, and this giant flame shoots into the sky, and anybody who's still outside turns and looks and is just awed by the display. And it is very touching, very moving, with the sun setting, reflecting through your wings, just giving off all those images. It is touching, and Edie absolutely starts crying again, just in happiness and sadness and just all the feelings right there.
That was incredible.
And she does prestidigitation, making fireworks and stuff go off.
Vix
Wow.
makes a little bit of light on their ring and does the like concert swaying.
I'll just use shape water to just kind of like do some little like fountains, like little bursts.
Nemea.
That was really special.
That was wonderful, Nemea. I think Goremarr would have liked that.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. I struggle with people. So to find someone who had confidence in me and believed in me like he did, that meant a great deal.
Of course. I think that was a very moving display.
I'm starting to see why you know Draconic.
Incredible.
Yeah, he believed I was part dragon.
Oh,
So
do you think you are?
I don't know. I am me.
Yeah, who you are
And
is pretty amazing.
thanks. I feel really awkward now.
Oh,
I'm good for the night now. If you guys wanted to do anything, you can. Yeah, that's all I wanted to do.
That was lovely. Thank you. I'm fine to just sit out here for a little while. The beach is nice.
Yeah, it's really beautiful out here.
I want everybody to make a perception check.
Oh,
In honor of our raiders, I'm switching it up to a wormwood dice. Go, wooden
Oh.
dice,
Ah,
go!
nice.
Yes.
No, you betrayed
Ah.
me!
Natural 20 wormwood
Woo!
dice.
Yes!
The wormwood
Amazing.
giveth and the wormwood taketh away.
The
Blessed be
wormwood
the
giveth and the wormwood taketh away. I just got a 10.
14.
Also a 14.
If you
Snap.
rolled higher than a 13, you notice Not saying you won't get to see it, gosh. You notice a shooting star,
Oh.
and then another, and then another. And pretty soon you start seeing a whole bunch of shooting stars just going off in the distance. As a meteor shower starts happening in the distance, and you guys are just seeing all these shooting stars go past.
Wow. Have any of you seen so many shooting stars? That's gorgeous.
I have never seen that before.
Neither have I.
Wow.
I think Goremarr heard us.
I
You
think you're
very
right,
well
Edie.
may have.
And she just like sits back and looks at it. She like helps Ellie look at it, and they're both just looking, and she's like pointing at like different ones, and oh, look at that one. That's so cool.
Nemea hands the vodka around.
Just take some swigs.
She leans in. I promise I'll get that mess.
Taylor, if you could keep your phone closer to your face, I think that's going to help.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
Okay.
I promise I'm not going to get as messy as I did the other night.
That was last night.
Yep. Thanks, Edie.
Well,
So that's good.
yeah. There's plenty of water here as well, if you start to go towards that way.
Start to go where?
Go towards where you were last night.
More glugs than hugs.
Exactly. Well put.
Yeah, I'm sorry you saw that.
That's
I-
okay. It was
Don't do people very well.
I've noticed. But if you ever need to just get a little, quiet time, you can always just let me know, one of us know. I'm sure we can always find a way to just get away from the crowd. I know it can be a bit overwhelming. I can imagine.
You have no idea. Yeah, okay.
Edie just looks around at everybody. We're going to be okay, right?
Yes. We'll be okay.
Like all those people that went missing. We're not going to join them.
Not if we stick together.
I won't let that happen.
We have your ring, remember, Edie? We'll find you.
My ring. And she like pushes it, and again, like the light starts like strobing. I'm
Just
a
as
little
I'm sure
hungry.
we'll find you and come back as well.
Does anybody else want to eat something?
Yeah, I'm famished.
I could
Yeah.
certainly go for a nibble and more of this drink.
Yes, I think it's getting a bit to me. I think I need to just fill up my tummy before it all goes to my head.
Should we go to the inn and see them?
Sure.
Sure.
Oh, Rosalie, aren't you staying with your cousin? Oh, we've stolen you for the whole day.
That's okay. That's okay. I should probably pop by, just check that everything's all right. But yeah, I can always catch you all at the inn after that. And maybe she'll even come along.
Go ahead and make a perception check, actually, Rosalie.
Oh, okay. Oh man, that also isn't good. It's a 12.
Okay. You actually see some of the other Crown's Guard kind of moving about, and they're kind of helping man and facilitate the memorial and everything like that. And you recognize that this town doesn't have very many, so they're probably all working. You could probably find her in
Okay.
town. She may not be at home right now.
Okay. I'll see if I can find her at the memorial. See if she's working there, and just make sure everything's okay. And then I'll catch you in a few at the inn.
Sure. Otherwise, we can meet you at the docks tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Either way, I would. It would be nice just to also check out the inn as well. But
Yes, you have to stay with us. We can't be apart.
yes, I did say together. Well, let's just see. Maybe I can also convince my cousin to also spend some time, unless she's on duty, of course. I know she works really hard.
But my hair's off limits.
Sorry about that. We got a little bit carried away.
That was a structure. That was an undertaking. Rather
It was
impressive.
Yeah, that-
beautiful.
It just
That took a lot of work to get out.
Yeah,
No,
you took your
it's-
braid out. Now I have to redo it.
yeah, it. Don't worry. No more bad hair days.
Okay. Chorus, where are you staying tonight?
I haven't actually found a room for the night. I planned on going to the inn with you, and probably getting a room there.
Of course. Well, we have several rooms, but I don't think Edie will let us occupy all of them.
Yes, Edie, we do need to have a chat at some point about just allowing for personal boundaries while still staying safe. You know, we could have a buddy system.
We'll talk about it. Of course, I can braid your hair too.
Sounds wonderful.
Okay, so you
Okay.
guys kind of pick yourselves up off the ground at the beach, and some of you may stumble a little more than others towards the tavern. And you head inside, and Thim is standing behind the tavern, and he kind of offers you, instead of his being like jovial, outgoing self, kind of gives you more of like a solemn nod, just recognizing what's been happening outside and the honor of Goremarr. Would you be liking some dinner tonight?
I think we all could use a meal.
The name's Thim Strongjaw. He extends his big half-orc hand, and you notice he's got like a broken tusk and kind of messy apron, but he looks very friendly, and he extends just a big hand to you to shake your hand.
Chorus claps. And Chorus, Alvengar.
Pleasure. It's Thim Strongjaw. You're
Well met.
new in town.
Yes.
Sorry that you're not here under more jovial circumstances, but I believe that we can bring some life back to this town.
It is a beautiful memorial, nonetheless, even somber as it is.
Goremarr was... he will be remembered fondly by this town, and by their cello in particular. He could not hold his liquor.
Well, I
Passed
have a
out
feeling
2 or
many
3
beers
times the
gets
first
enough.
time I met him.
Doesn't help that he went for literally the strongest thing that you had and thought it was a shooting whiskey, not a sipping whiskey.
Nobody twisted his arm.
Nobody could.
Will you be needing a room then as well?
Yes, if you could set me up with something, it doesn't really matter to me, whatever you have available.
Of course. Get you a room and then food for everyone.
Yes, please.
Much appreciated.
Okay. So the meal tonight is like just a, it's just a hearty like venison stew. So there's like deer chunks, and it's not, it's actually quite nice. There's like some rustic bread. For those of you who want some, there can be a salad or something like that on the side. Um, there's drinks to be had if you would like. Is there anything in particular any of you would like to drink?
I think Chorus is avoiding hard alcohol at this point. Having
Okay.
probably chugged a little too much of the vodka.
Okay.
Just
So there's
sticking with
ale,
light
there's
and cover.
water, there's
Yeah.
milk, tea.
Ale.
Okay. And for the rest of you,
Just water, thank you, Them.
and
Water,
to you,
but-
little one.
Oh.
Hold your turn,
Uh,
man. Come on. Ladies first.
That's all right. I think a glass of milk would be amazing.
I can do that. Okay. Vix, what do you want?
Just water, but I will, pay a fee since we're sort of bringing in from out of house.
No, it's totally fine. Tonight's on me, in honor of Goremarr, for all of you.
Thank you, Tim.
And he looks at you, for all of you.
Appreciate it.
Okay, you guys go find your table. Food is brought out. Anything more you guys would like to discuss before you retire for the evening?
The May is good.
Okay. Does Rosalie need to do anything before?
She just wanted to just check on her cousin, just
Okay.
make sure everything's.
Okay. Your
Well,
cousin
yes.
actually comes in shortly for her like dinner break to grab food as well, so you can have a little discussion with her if you'd like. And what would you like to tell her?
Just ask how have you been? Sorry, I've been out about. There's just been a lot going on. There's actually we're off to an island to investigate some missing people.
You're going to an island. That's wonderful. Well,
Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
really busy today, so it's actually good that it worked out really well. Because I haven't been home since before the sun came up. We didn't know we were going to be doing this for Goremarr, but it's really nice that we did because he was such a wonderful guy. So
Yeah, it was a very very touching memento.
well, he was loud and boisterous, and boy, he was going to push us for those trainings. But I tell you, I think we should still do what he was trying to do. I think we should all get into better shape. I think we'll be more helpful for our town if we have more cardio. So I'm going to pick up
Car-
what he started, and we're going to start running every morning.
Amazing.
Do you want to join us?
Sure.
Really?
I don't mind a morning run, just as long as it's just a run. I'm not really one for the push-ups and sit-ups. I've always
Oh.
struggled with that. I'm sure you remember.
Yeah.
You remember the I can't even do one. I tried and then I just kind of fell on my face.
Well, if you want, I can give you some tips and trips on how to do your push-ups better. Sometimes you start with on your knees, and that helps a little bit. But no, it's just running
Okay.
right now. We're just trying to work on cardio. Then we can work on strength.
Yeah, I mean, if it's really early and it's before we have to go, just a little a morning run would be really great, really refreshing.
Well, we'll be out there. I think it's 5:30 in the morning. So if you're still here, you can join us. Otherwise, maybe when you return.
Yeah.
It's really neat that you're getting on so
Sounds
well
like
with these fellas.
Yeah, they're all great.
Well, I gotta get back to work. Are you staying here tonight, or are you coming home? Either one's
I'll stay
okay.
here.
You'll stay here. Okay. Well, tell Thim you know me. Maybe he'll give you a discount.
Will do. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Well, I gotta
Cousin.
get back to work.
Yeah.
Okay. She returns to her job.
Perfect. All right.
All right.
into the group.
So you guys, actually, for you, of course, Magister Aron paid for your room for the night already. It was kind of just like you have your run. You can have your pick of the inns, and he kind of had like a voucher left that whichever inn you went to, they would just report to him. For the rest of you, you were already kind of paid for by your what you did for him. He was kind of giving you room and board for the rest of you. For unfortunately Rose, who wasn't part of that, it is 7 silver for the night. That includes your meal.
Yeah, that's fine.
But the meal was on him, so 7 silver. We'll say 5 silver for the room.
Yeah.
Okay. Night passes. You all fall asleep. And you all dream of Goremarr. Except for those who didn't know him. So, 2 of you dream of Goremarr.
3, Edie.
Oh yeah, 3 of you dream of Goremarr. 2.5. We'll round down the
We'll round down.
Plutonic. And in the dream, you see him walking, and you see the arm of, well, he's walking, and he's got next to him, you see somebody walking with their arm around him, and they've just got long robes and hair that looks like thunderclouds, and they're just walking away together. And then you see Goremarr look back, get a little smile on his face, and then a nod, and then just kind of keeps going. And then you wake up fully rested and ready to start the day. Unfortunately, Rosalie, you are leaving. Your ship leaves at first light. You don't have time to go run cardio.
I'll do that next time. I'll just go run past them, like maybe like if they're going in the direction of the where the
You just go
ship's
start
going,
running with
kinda
them.
like run with them there.
Yeah, perfect. You meet at the gate, or at the docks, and Magister Aron is there, and he looks tired. He's kind of just like rubbing the sleep out of his eyes. And, oh yes, it's time for you to be leaving. We've got the ship here, and we have the crew. It's not a big ship, and you can see that it's an okay size ship. It's 2 decks. You've got the below deck and the above deck. There are going to be like cots for sleeping in, not like hammocks like that would hang. You don't have private quarters or anything like that. There's a little like galley area where somebody can make food and things of that nature. But most of the work and most of the time spent will be above deck. But as you are talking to Magister Aron, he introduces you to the captain, and he pulls the captain up, and it is let's see here, my internet is going slow. I gotta pull up my notes. It is a dwarven female, and she walks up, and she barefoot. She has like the traditional like short legged pants, like kind of capri style, sleeves rolled up, unbuttoned. She's got like a bandana like tied through her hair, and she goes, "I'm pleased to meet you. My name is Jurgen Eversharp, and this is my vessel that I'll be taking you. The captain here has told me that there's been some crew that have gone missing, and so he wanted to make sure that didn't happen again."
Would Chorus have met this person?
No, this isn't somebody that you would necessarily know. But she's, about standard dwarvish height, 3.5, 4 foot tall, stocky build, but sturdy looking, like she knows her business. Like she's been on the sea for a long time. Most dwarves seem to like the mountains and stuff like that. She likes the sea. It's her. It calls to her, and she knows the song. So she's like, "Well, is this all of you then?"
Yeah.
Is all of us? Yes.
This is us.
All right, so there's under the deck. There's a cot with your. I mean, it doesn't literally have your name on it, but it's got your name on it. If you know what I'm saying. You can store your things. There's a trunk that you can store your things in, unless you prefer just to keep them on you. But while you're on deck, I recommend that you don't carry more than you need to, just because if storms pick up, it might go overboard. But otherwise, we set sail. And then she looks at you, Course. I understand that you are kind of to be our guide.
Yes, I will be guiding us to the island, and once we get there, on land.
Well, that'll be much appreciated. We want to make sure that we get there safely, but also that we return safely. We did promise that you would be returning. So glad that you're with us. Do we need to know anything before we leave? Any food allergies or anything like that? I'm just kidding. Of course, it's going to be fish that you're eating. But seriously, we
Fish
look.
is good.
Fish is delicious, and we are looking forward to safe travels, and return your trays in their full upright and locked position. Don't know what I'm saying, but it's time to go. So let's get on. We're wasting daylight.
There's an exit at the front of the boat, the back of the boat, and pretty much all around. It's
Pretty
fine.
much anywhere on the sides when you're
Just
when you're
jump
up and
overboard.
Just jump.
above.
wherever.
As you guys are getting on the boat, Magister Aron just goes to each of you and says, I hope that all of you will come back safely with news of what you are, what we're looking for. Try to find out what's actually happening. And if it wouldn't be too much trouble, could you have a fun story for Sarah when you return?
Of course.
I think we can do something.
Excellent. Maybe bring her some different shells, because the clams are,
Variety is the spice of life, yes.
It really is, but you should be on your way. Safe travels. Okay, you board the ship, and the ship begins to sets sail. You know that it's about a 2 to 3 day journey by ship, depending on the winds and how much rowing has to be done. You soon see town get smaller and smaller behind you as you pull away. After about an hour or so on the boat, or on the ship, as you're moving away, Nemea, this is your first time away from home in quite some time. Your first step out into the world in an adventurous way since you started trying to learn to control yourself. Rose, this is kind of a big step for you on your journey. Of course, right now it's just another job. You're doing what you have been hired to do, to get him there and to bring him home. Vix, life's an adventure, and Vix is going to chase that adventure, and no matter where it goes. Edie, you notice, is kind of just gazing out in amazement, but at the same time kind of like holding onto the railing, like arms wrapped around, like holding on tight, because this is completely new, a new experience.
Vix goes over to Edie to like try and comfort her a little bit.
Thanks.
This is a big step for me.
It's a big step for me too. We're in this together. We're discovering the new.
The big steps can be the most fun.
Exactly.
Also, if you time it right, you can dance to the sway of the ship. Watch. And
Wait, what?
Vix will do her best Jack Sparrow impression. It's like just wandering around, sort of listing to the side as the ship rocks across waves.
Not that I needed it all, but go ahead and roll a performance check for me.
Oh,
just for fun, because I
absolutely.
really want to see.
Absolutely, yes. Here we go. Overboard in 3, 2.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the wormwood giveth this time. That's gonna be performance. Just a 19.
No, it's fantastic. So you match the timing and you stumble, and there's like a big rope that's right now kind of across the decks for like raising and lowering the sails, and you make it look like you trip over the rope and you catch yourself and you still kind of stumble along. And Edie gets up and she then kind of like inches away from the deck and kind of just like starts like enjoying the sway of the boat with you as you rock back and forth, and you guys all just kind of end up laughing and just enjoying the moment. It really takes her out of the headspace of what could happen to living in the moment right now. As you get farther and farther away, you can still see the cliffs of town. You can of from land as you're not too far away, and you start to hear something carrying on the wind. And that's where we're going to wrap up today, and we'll pick that up next week.
You and your cliffhangers.
Cliffhangers.
We're gonna drown.
We're all gonna drown.
That is
There is
when you're on a ship, there is always a possibility that you are going to drown.
Don't you dare.
And I've had to pull up the swimming mechanics many times before.
Yeah.
So
I'ma just wild shape out of there.
Yeah. Dude, it's
Fly.
seriously handy having a druid when we're going into
having somebody who
into
can
this kind of
fly is
stuff.
great too.
Yeah.
But I want to thank everyone who came by today. Wormwood, thank you so much for coming by and for sponsoring our stream. Wow, what an honor. Thank you so much. To everybody who showed up and showed love, we love you. You guys, even if you didn't show up to show love, we still love you, because just anybody who gives us their time, man, we're so thankful for you. You're why we do this. I mean, we love to do it, but we do it because of you guys. So thank you, everyone who is here. We will see you next week. And until then, do you have your map?
I'm the map!
Adios.
Adios!
Can you say adios?
Can you
Bye,
say
everybody.
adios?
Have a great day.